What does it mean to be American? It means the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. But the Second Amendment is old. It was written in 1791. It's outdated. We need to update it. But we can't update it by doing this.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans.
People have different opinions about the Second Amendment, and it's argued all the way up to the Supreme Court. But I believe Senator Mike Braun has the right idea with his red flag rules and regulations.
In support of red flag laws and better background checks, and he expects Congress to take some kind of action. But Indiana's junior senator says he firmly supports the Second Amendment. This is Wave 3 News at 5:30. I'm John Bowl.
And I'm Connie Leonard. Senator Braun spoke to Wave 3 News reporter David Mattingly about possible gun law changes he and other Republicans support.
When Indiana Senator Mike Braun talks about the need for better background checks, he is not talking about imposing checks on private sales or closing the so-called gun show loophole.
Because then it's not going to get across the finish line, not only from the NRA, but from all of us that want to make sure we don't cross over to where the only laws we're creating are impacting people that would never need it in the first place.
The Indiana Republican says his focus will be toughening current background checks already covering sales at gun stores.
And until we get that correct, why would you want to start fiddling with other things when you haven't perfected background checks where most guns get sold?
Braun says issues of privacy and individual rights could lead to conflict as Congress returns to address gun violence in the wake of mass shootings in Dayton and El Paso. He says he sees common ground in support for red flag laws already passed in the Hoosier state, allowing courts to take away someone's guns if they are deemed a potential danger to themselves or others.
But when it comes to red flag laws, they've proven to work, and I'm a believer that if we want to keep our Second Amendment rights intact without something more drastic down the road, we've got to embrace.
In 2012, there was an elementary school shooting that resulted in 26 people being killed, 20 of which were innocent young children. This is why I say we need more stricter background checks and red flag regulations, such as what Mr. Braun had suggested in his interview with Channel 13 News. This is also why we need to have better ways of tracking down gun
victim
violence.
was visiting a girlfriend here at this apartment complex when he was shot and killed. His death marks the fourth unsolved homicide involving a juvenile victim so far this year. The teen's friends and family, though, hope the case doesn't go unsolved for very long. While spending time with friends Monday night, a 17-year-old died after being shot in the chest at the Meadowlark Apartments. Friends and family say Lionel Carnell Jr. had been fighting with someone from school, and they believe that ongoing conflict led to the shooting. Community leaders blame another issue as well.
We have to address the much larger problem of the proliferation of unlawful guns on the streets in the hands of youth in the city.
Monday's homicide northeast of 42nd and Post is just blocks away from the neighborhoods the 10-Point Coalition began patrolling last year. Reverend Harrison says guns in the hands of at-risk youth is the biggest challenge to preventing youth violence.
I tell people 20 years ago when I started doing this, we would run into a group of kids and maybe 1 out of 6 had a gun. Today, 20 years later, all 6 of them have guns, and that is very concerning.
Carnell's murder marks the 12th homicide victim in Indianapolis this year under the age of 18. That is an increase from 2018, when the city finished the year with 7 juvenile homicide victims. Only 4 of this year's cases, including Carnell's, have not resulted in the killer being caught. The unsolved killings include a deadly shooting in April near 34th and Franklin that left 17-year-old Leandre Lane dead. In late June, someone shot into a home on South Talbot, killing 15-year-old Michael Walters. And in September, police say a disagreement on the south side claimed the life of 17-year-old Oswin Ortiz. So far, no arrests have been made in this case. As always, anyone with information on any unsolved homicide can always contact Crime Stoppers. Jesse Wells, Fox 59 News.